Hey guys, how's it going? I have a pretty cool gameplay here. It's a Mark 14 2v2 M.O.A.B on a ground, and I've never got a Mark 14 M.O.A.B or a 2v2 M.O.A.B, so this was pretty cool. And it's kind of a long gameplay for 2v2, which kind of surprised me. And it's theater mode, and I apologize for that because I was doing a live recording. And like my recording program sometimes glitches out on me where it will like switch to like composite input or something, and then it'll just freeze frame record like an entire like 20 minutes, and it's pretty annoying. I was going for the SitRep Pro, which is why you see me running that. And SitRep Pro, it's so worth it. It is so worth it. Oh my! If you have to destroy 50 enemy explosives, which takes a little bit of time and effort, but if you got a headset, freaking holy crap! It saves like I unlocked it the first game. I was losing in a free-for-all pretty badly, and I unlocked it. I was playing it with some pretty good guys in the game, and I unlocked it, and holy crap! I just like freaking came back on a rampage, man. I was turning around waiting for enemies before they even knew I was like on the map, and it was pretty crazy. So definitely worth it if you got a headset. Get SitRep Pro, because that was a pretty cool game. But anyway, sort of during this commentary, I wanted to talk about my history, like with first-person shooters and gaming and that sort of stuff. Like I've been gaming like all throughout my whole life. Like, I mean, I got the Game Boy Advance like with my own money. I saved that up a long time ago. I think my pretty much the only game I had on it was like the SpongeBob game that came with it, and that was pretty fun. I still remember like the passcode to get to the end level. Like it didn't save. You had to like remember like the passcode to get to whatever level you're on, and I totally remember like what the one was. I mean, still today. It was HOX1T ? And I think that's pretty funny that I still remember that, because this was like from like 6 years ago, back when I was a little youngster. Yeah, 6 years ago. But anyway, like my history with first-person shooters started out with this game called Castle Wolfenstein, and that game was. I had a lot of hours into that game. It was just a campaign that I played. I remember trying multiplayer once, and I joined an empty server. I had no idea what I was doing. I joined an empty server, and I was like, nope, no one plays that game, so let's just play single player. But I was so dumb. I had no idea what I was thinking. Joining an empty server and thinking no one plays the game. And then I never tried it again after that. But so it was pretty much single player throughout the entire like my history with that game, and it's actually pretty funny. Like halfway, or not even halfway, like quarter way through the campaign, somehow, somewhere I was messing with something, and the controls got switched where left click was open and close doors and stuff like that, and control was shoot, left control, and I didn't know how to change it back. I didn't know like how to go to controls and that stuff. I was pretty little, and so I played through the entire campaign using left click to open doors and control to shoot, which is kind of funny to me. And then anyway, after that game, like me, my dad, and my brother all played that game like crazy, because that game was fun, just campaign and yeah. But then the next game we played was my dad has this friend named Ray, and he's a really cool guy, and he plays this game on the PC called Delta Force Black Hawk Down, and he plays it to this day actually. And that was the next game that I got into. I heard one day I was like in my house, like hanging out with this girl from my neighborhood, and I hear like this loud like like gun huge. It turned out to be like a 50 cal machine gun like shooting on the computer, and I was like, what is that? So I go in the room and I check it out, and then my brother was playing the first mission in that game. You're like driving through some streets on a 50 cal, and you're like, you know, destroying the enemy. And this is really weird right here actually. You get 2 hit markers on a guy in Last Stand, or in Dead Man's Hand. Makes no sense to me. But and then so I sort of discovered that game, played it through I had so many hours in that game, and you know, playing with my dad and my brother, and like, I don't know, it was a lot of fun, and I don't even think they're making that game anymore, or they're continuing that game series or anything, because I know they had some ones like called Delta Force Extreme, Delta Force 2, and that kind of stuff, and they were all not that good, but it was still a very fun game, don't get me wrong. But anyway, so after that, I was in elementary school, and I had this friend named Jake, and he was a big gamer too, and I was talking to him about this game called Call of Duty, and my birthday was coming up, and I jokingly said, "How would you get me Call of Duty for my birthday?" And he took me seriously. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get it for you." And I was like, "Seriously?" And so when my birthday came, he got me the game, and I played the living crap out of that. I remember, like, back then, I remember it took me exactly, or I think like exactly 1 month to complete the campaign of playing, because I remember my birthday is April 29th, and the day I finished it was May 29th. I don't even know my months right now, but it was May 29th when I finished it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's been exactly 1 month, so that was pretty funny. And and that game to me just seemed like really cool, really realistic compared to the other game, because Delta Force, like, it had very like robotic movements. I don't know how to explain that more, but like, and Call of Duty has this more soft, more flowing movements in the game, which seemed really cool to me, and it made me like it made me sort of like, I don't know how more to explain this, but it made me like sort of like the game more. But and yeah, Call of Duty 2, I played the living crap out of that game until I was gonna buy like Call of Duty 3, because I really like Call of Duty 2, until I was at GameStop and I heard and I was talking to some of the guys that worked there, and they told me that Call of Duty 3 looks like crap and this stuff, so I never picked that game up, and turns out it was total crap. And so I never picked that game up, and then a couple years later, my brother picks up Call of Duty 4, like a couple months after it came out. Pick up the M.O.A.B here, and he picks up that game. This is all for PC that I was playing these games on, and right here Andy was like, "You do not have the M.O.A.B," and I showed him right there. He's like, "Holy crap!" And anyway, so we picked up that game, and we were having some problems with it running on our computer, and we realized that the game had this glitch where you had to like rename a file or something like that, and so we fixed that problem, and then played the living crap out of that game, and I just fell in love with the Call of Duty series. And I finally moved over to console, which I play console and PC for reasons that are kind of hard to explain. Have to do with hackers, graphics, mods, mouse, keyboard, that kind of stuff. And I'll explain that. I mean, I think I've explained it before, but it's still pretty complicated, the reasons. But yeah, and then Call of Duty 5, what was that, World at War? I was actually debating whether to get that or not, like, back when it came out. I was talking to my cousin, I was like, should I get Far Cry 2, or should I get World at War? I think this is when Far Cry 2 was out. It's either Far Cry 1 or 2, but, and he told me just to get World at War, and, I didn't really like that game on PC. It wasn't a whole lot of fun. But, yeah, and then I just kept buying and loving Call of Duty, and having fun with it. The game, it's a good game, and it's the game that I'm best at, the game that I perform at extremely high levels, getting me M.O.A.Bs. And anyway, if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys dislike the video, go ahead and hit that dislike button. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in my next video. Peace.